Good afternoon, traders. It is Monday, December 30th, 2019, and the U.S. stock market is closed. Well, the, the Dow took a hit today. It was a crazy day, and it was actually a crazy day for our trading also. But unlike the Dow, we fared pretty well. Uh, you can see here what happened. The Dow actually opened positive, but it almost immediately major selling came in to the market, and it just plunged here, um, well below 200 points down here about an hour into the day. Then it came back some till about halfway through the day, and then the selling set in again, almost took out its low uh, on the near the close today. So bad day for the Dow. The Dow officially ended up closing down 183 points. Um, we came in with 4 positions today. It was negative on Friday. We got out of those positions with about $900 in profits. So we did pretty good on that. But we got into 6 new positions despite this down market, and only 2 of them were positive, 4 were negative. But we're holding $9,000 positive open trade equity going into tomorrow, and I'll show you the 2 major trades we had today. It's very interesting, and I hate to use the word luck, but in some ways we were kind of lucky on one of those. We can take a look at those now. Um, this first one is an MDR, that's McDermott uh, International Incorporated, and I had showed you this chart before. The chart doesn't look the same because of this downside action, which I'll talk about in a second. It flattens everything out. But on Thursday we had bought McDermott, and we got out of here, I don't know, with maybe $1,500 in profit there. This was on Friday. And then we got re-entered right near the close on Friday, closed about where we got into it, but just took off this morning big time. And when McDermott was up here, we were up like $5,000 on that trade. Looked real good, but then the stock started to kind of give way, and it doesn't really show it on this chart. But we got stopped out here, but we still got stopped out with $4,000 in profit, so that was pretty decent. And then, oh my God, look at this. We're out about 2 hours before this happened, but the last hour or so, there's either a rumor or announcement that McDermott International is going into bankruptcy, and this thing fell from about $1.60 down here. It's down to 50 cents. I mean, that's that's a big fall, folks, and we would have been just killed if we'd been in that, because we would have been stopped out on day of entry. Stop, no question about it. But getting out on this kind of selling action, with all the, we had 30,000 shares. I mean, try getting out of 30,000 shares when stock is doing this. Not real easy to do. Anyway, we took profits in it. We took $4,000 out of it right there. So when I said a little bit lucky, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, I'll show you another one here that this was a little bittersweet, but still can't complain about it. This is NIO Nile Incorporated, I believe. Yeah. Anyway, this thing was just going along doing nothing for several days, and this morning it gaps way up, and this is a huge gap. Given, I mean, you look down here, you see the kind of range this thing was having. Huge gap up. We buy those gaps. A lot of people can't buy those back gaps. We buy them. We got in here as soon as we could, and this thing just kept going and going and going. When Nile was up here at the very top, we were up over $25,000 in that trade. And then it started kind of fading, unfortunately, and by the time it closed here, we only have $10,000 in open trade equity in Nile. So we just got to wait and see what happens tomorrow. I could hope that it's going to get back up here tomorrow before we get out of it, but I kind of doubt it. But I would be happy if we could just get out where it closed today. Anyway, interesting day, pretty volatile, but I'll be back here tomorrow trading, and that will be the last day of 2019. And if you're a customer, I will be getting out the new portfolio for 2020, either probably not tomorrow, but on New Year's Day. So we'll see you tomorrow.